Today I have a layout for the Pretty Little Studio design team and also for Scraptember Day 20 to use hearts. So I have been out of town, well actually out of state because I was in Alaska for the last 2 weeks, and so I'm a little out of practice, and I have this layout that I needed to get done as soon as I got home. And for me, the best way to get back into scrapbooking after being gone for a little bit is to use a favorite collection and a couple of photos that are not like my favorite photos or my favorite story or anything like that. No pressure, just be able to sit and play with some things that I love and scrapbook. So I really liked this sheet of paper, and I wanted to add some layers. So where the layers are already kind of done for me, I went ahead and tore it. And then I'm going to go ahead and piece it back together, just right over top of another piece of real thin plain white cardstock. And I'm just going to layer that, kind of ruffle up the edges just to give me a little texture, because I just, didn't want a plain flat piece of paper. So I'm going to go with a few extra layers. I had some scraps. You saw me show those in the beginning. So I'm going to use a couple of these scraps and just add in a couple more layers. So if you've been here for a little while, I never paint my nails. So what you're seeing here are nails I had done just for the Alaska trip. They're gel nails, and I have so much trouble picking things up. And it's not like, they're my own nails. I don't have like acrylics or anything. I just had them do gel polish in this little thing I found on Pinterest that I thought looked like the ocean, and I thought it was perfect for my Alaska cruise. But I'm having so much trouble picking things up. I struggle and struggle. So you're going to watch me fumble around a little bit. I did speed this up quite a bit because, again, first time back, and I'm slow anyway, but first time back, I really had a hard time making a decision. So I knew I wanted to play with lots of hearts, and I kind of had an idea to tuck these into my layers, but I'm going to go ahead and change my mind. I ended up deciding that I didn't want it to just be all layers and then my photos off by themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and fumble through here for a little bit and then decide on more of an L-shaped design after I can't pick things up for a little while. So the Alaska trip was super amazing. I'm so glad we were able to do that. I went with my sister and her husband, and we did land and sea. We did the sea portion first, and we saw lots of whales and some seals, sea lions, otters. We rented a car in one of our ports, and we found a moose, and just a cow moose, pretty young one. She just ran beside us for a little bit and then ran behind the car. And we stopped, of course, and watched her, and she just looked at us and then kept going. It was really fun. And then we were also able to see some mountain goats up in the mountains as we were traveling along. It was a lot of fun. We never saw a bear, but we did see the salmon as they're running, and we saw so many amazing things. I can't even explain them all. I'm still kind of on that high of all of the amazing things that we were able to see and do, and of course exhausted from hiking and all the things that we did. But we got back yesterday, and after flying about 8 hours overnight, so we didn't get any sleep. So last night I slept about 11 hours. I was so tired just from all of the travels, and as fun as it is, but also, you have the time change and just everything. So I was exhausted, and I did not get this layout done, so I'm kind of scrambling to get it done and get it up for tomorrow. My granddaughter is spending the night with me tonight, so I'm trying to get this voiceover done. I hope I'm not scattered. If you have any questions about anything you're seeing, let me know, because again, I'm kind of out of it and out of my normal groove. So here's where I decided I wasn't going to do the, all the layers on the side. Still kind of deciding, and I'm going to look at this here, and I'm just like, I just don't think so. It's just getting to be too far across, and then I wasn't sure where I would put my photos. I'm kind of thinking, oh, maybe I want some hearts over to the side, and that's where I'm going to decide I want to do an L shape. So I went ahead and fussy cut that border, and that's out of the borders paper. And I've cut it apart and used several of them. And I mean, that's just the piece of paper that you can use and use, and I love it. So I like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of hearts and just make a band of hearts. I'm using some of these big ones. Some of them are for the die cut pack. Some of them I have fussy cut out of the sheets that have all the hearts on them. And then I'm going to come in with some stickers as well. I'm going to place these, and it does take me a little bit to, kind of fill in. I try and start with the bigger ones, then I add some medium-sized ones. I'm going to add some that are layered over, some that are just filling up spaces. I'm going to add some of the smaller ones, then I'll go in and I'll stop the camera for a little bit so that I can go ahead and glue everything down. And while I've got it off, I do go ahead and add in a bunch of stickers. And those are just hearts as well. Some of the hearts I'm going to do flat with the page. Some of them I'm going to do 1mm foam tape. And then some of them I'm going to go ahead and use the foam tape, just like I have on those photos there. So deciding exactly how I want the border. That's going to be kind of my shelf here. And then everything will be filled in on top of that shelf. So I'm liking that. I did choose 2 photos of my youngest granddaughter. These were over a year ago. She was eating in one, and then with the same little outfit on, she was just playing in her bedroom on her rug by her crib, and she just happy. And I love that the one photo where she's smiling really big, you can really see that dimple sticking out, and I love that picture. So I decided to use a little banner sticker for my title, but I want it to overlap the photo a little bit, and it is going to overlap that one heart a little bit. So I'm putting some foam tape on there, and that is the, I guess, 3mm. I don't know. It's quite a bit thicker than either the foam tape or the 1mm foam tape that I use, and it's thicker than the fun foam that I use as well. So it's going to have some layers of foam to build it up. And the first time I put it down, I didn't have it straight, and the second time I put it down, I didn't have enough foam tape. I had to add a little bit more under just where the heart didn't finish going all the way down, and then I'm going to add that 1mm right over the part that's overlapping the picture so that it'll all be even. And it still is, not perfect, just because of that heart being there, but it's not bad. My title is going to be Happy Girl, and I'm just using these little ABC stickers, and I like how they stand out because they're on the little label there. I start with one side, spell out one word, and then I start on the other side and spell out the other word, and that never works for me. I know a lot of people do that. It's the best way, and it's the way that it makes it the closest, but I still always wiggle them around. I don't know. You can do it on a ruler and lay them down, and I'm usually just wing it and then pick them back up, and yeah, so that's me. So I'm still adding some more foam tape to some of the hearts, and I'm going to add some more embellishments. There's a little cupcake there that's overlapping the top part. I found a couple of strawberries as I was going through the second die cut pack, and so I'm going to add one that's flat, one that's up on 1mm foam tape, and then As I go through and continue to look around, I find a little pink one that's a real light pink instead of the bright pink of the other two, and I'm going to have it in there as well with the fun foam. So I found this border, and I really thought I wanted it, yep, right down there, and that is what I'm going to do. A little piece of rickrack right over top of the scallop border. And then because it was pink and the heart right above it was pink, I went ahead and pulled that up and added it to another location. And I'm going to come back in with a sticker where that one was so that it fills it in nicely. And I just find a little tiny blue one and it works perfectly. Maybe I changed my mind a couple of times, I don't know. But it is a little blue one. There we go. So I'm liking that. I go ahead and go back through my die cuts with this 6x12 die cut sheet, and I really like that. And that's where I found the little pink strawberry. So I add one more to make 3 there. And I had to put a little bit of the thickest foam tape on there so that it would pop up a little bit more. And I'm going to add in a couple of flowers. And I think that is just about it. I love how it turned out for my first one back, and I feel like I'm back in the groove a little bit. I am going to try and get the layout that should have been done Friday for Iron Crafters done tomorrow, but we do have 2 baseball games and a birthday party to go to, so it's questionable. If I get it done, I probably won't get it up until maybe Sunday. I don't know. And I also have Scrap Lift Crafternoon that I want to get done. So we shall see how much I can accomplish with all of the other goings on. I don't regret the vacation, but it has put me behind on my scrapbooking a little bit. But I have a lot of Alaska pictures to scrapbook, so those will be fun coming up too. There's my close-up. I really appreciate you joining me today. This will all be on the blog for Pretty Little Studio, and then there will also be a playlist in the link below for Scraptember. Thanks a lot for joining me. See you again soon. Bye-bye.